Hi guys, and welcome to a love reading for whoever needs it. Alright? If you're new here, welcome to. If you're returning, welcome back. I appreciate seeing you again here. Remember, if you like the content here, please like the video. I would appreciate your support very, very much. And also keep in mind that these are general readings, so take what resonates with you, leave behind the rest. Never ever force it to fit if it doesn't. Long story short, I have just done a few different readings for you, and I just got inspiration for a new one, which is called Next Soulmate. But all right, let's just continue with this here. This is a love reading. I have done spiritual reading on self-development and something like that, or family dynamics, something, whatever. And then I have done a career reading. Now this is a love reading, and context matter when it comes to tarot. Sorry, so that's why I'm making a big deal out of saying this is a love reading, and it's a love reading. And I am also including connecting to another person as the energy show up, right? Let's just get to it. Keep an open mind as always, and be patient with me, as a lot of messages tend to flow through, and sometimes I have to process it, and then I give it a narrative. Anyway, let's see, what do we have here? Love reading for whoever needs it. Hope you're doing well, by the way. Always take what resonates. See, what do we have? We have there. Okay. Okay. I mean, you would believe, that's why I'm saying this is a love reading, because looking at what we have here, you would believe that this is a bloody career reading. Come here, dear. All right, let's just get to it. I'm going to lay out some more energies, and also going to pull some oracles because I'm in that mood here. We have the 4 Pentacle also with the 10 of Pentacle as what is going on here, and this challenge, crossing it, is the 2 of Pentacle in the reverse. And hopes, what you're hoping for is a new beginning. It has to do with time. It has to do with the way that we invest into each other in a love connection. The way that we invest our time, our earthly resources, which tends to be, when it comes to love, time. All right? Could of course also be money, but how we invest into each other. How we make each other a priority. How we make love itself a priority. Because that is the challenge. Making love a priority. Believing that there are other things that are more important. That becomes a bit of a challenge, especially if you are connecting with someone, because trust me, that's how to kill. That's how you kill love. It's actually a little bit of a betrayal of committing to someone and then not making them a priority. You will leave them in boredom. I don't know if this is you doing it, but you may have experienced it. Take it as a resonate. I'm just saying it. But what happens is that when we leave someone in boredom kills life. Boredom kills love. Yeah, love life, it does. Boredom kills love life, okay? And it also kills trust. It's a form of betrayal, right? Believing that someone here is going to make you a priority, you for better or for worse, and then they don't show up for you. That's a betrayal. It's just one of the slow ones. I mean, these are the energies that I typically see end up in divorce, where people are like, I didn't cheat, I didn't do anything. No, but you forgot them. You forgot to nourish the love that was there. You forgot to make the connection. You forgot to make the other person. You forgot the priority. You forgot to go on dates. You forgot to keep the spark alive, because suddenly things became all about everyday life, which happens, right? That happens, especially if children become included here. But you still, why do we have babysitters? To go out so we can go out and have fun and keep the spark alive. Anyway, what we have here is just not making that big of a priority, and also not really opening up. There is something here about wanting to open up your heart, not wanting to share. Of course, it could be a person you're dealing with. Okay? Where do we have you? I see you being happy, but probably not truly connecting to, the spark of life. Can we say it like that? What we have here in the recent past is the strength. So there's a lot of dignity, but there's a lot of pulling back. There's a lot of keeping your temper. There's a lot of strong energy here, and that's what I get. Is basically that of being a strong person for the other person, and in doing so, you kind of allow them to continue to neglect. And I also get about the holding. I don't really get the sex being present either. I gotta be honest. This is so dry. I'm not joking. How many pentacles do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You know what? There's only one cup. There's major arcanas, and then there are minor arcanas. And there's only one cup in the minor arcanas. It's a page. It's a court card. The rest are pentacles. Right? But the pentacles are also good because it has like the combination of both, but it has to do with very practical energy. Anyway, and we have King of Swords underneath the deck here in the reverse. I'm going to lay out the archetypes. I'm going to lay out a few more oracles, and then we're going to get started. I'm just getting this being that, forgetting to make someone a priority, or making love a priority itself. Having a lot of things, but I got to be honest here, the challenge is that you may actually have a lot of things being thrown at you. Some of you may have some sort of a career opportunity over. That's what you're hoping for. That's where your focus is. Your focus is on getting something solid up, growing here. And in that case, that's fine. But if you behave single, then make sure that you are single. Don't commit if you intend to behave as a single person. If you're single, then fine. Then you're single. You don't have these obligations. You don't have the commitments. Meaning that they are not you don't have someone else's expectations tied up to you. Those are one of the privileges of being single. You don't have to carry the burden of someone else's expectation. But then you have it in other areas of life. There will always be expectations to us, right? Be it in work, in career, right? Career work, family, children have expectations to you. Parents have expectations to you. Society have expectations to you. Your boss have expectations to you. Your friends have expectations to you. Your friend may be expecting you to show up to their, I want to say bar mitzvah, but show up to the party they're throwing. They're counting on you. They're always going to be. If you are a social being, you have social relations. There will always be people who count on you. So you always have some sort of a expectation on you, right? Anyway. It's just when you're single, you don't have that choosomeness. The challenge is just how you make it a burden or not a burden. It doesn't have to be a burden. It can be a lot of joy to share life together, right? Why do we commit? Why do we have friendships and all that? Because we want to share life. Let me lay out these archetypes underneath. We have their temple in the reverse. Great. Crossing it is... Great. So we have a family dynamic going on here. Okay. It's not that bad, alright? It's not that bad of an energy. It's just, I'm gonna say it as it is, what I get here. We even have unconditional love showing up. Are you mad? You take this whether you are single or not single. You can probably watch this as a single person as well. But I'm going to lay out the connecting energy in a minute and give it a little spicy touch. Right. I'm also going to, before I start diving into this, I'm also going to lay out the oracles because I'm in that mood. Just want to look here, the temple in the reverse. Oh, I swear to God, not wanting to reach out for help. Being burdened by the expectations of your society, of your family. That's the case. So that's why we have the situation going on. I don't know if this is for you or for them, but there are these expectations, outside expectations, that are actually becoming more burdensome than anything. But it's about long-term growth. There's nothing wrong with having the expectation of wanting, like, it could be like you don't want to engage with the fun commitments. You want the long-term stability. There's nothing wrong with that, but we're gonna dive into it because for some I do get this family expectation here, and then we have this prayer, and it means that one has to work in a particular way, and The challenge is, by the way, also reaching out for help to help things balance out, because someone here may be you or them believing that they can deal with everything on their own. What we have is a stormy in the past. There's the storm. But someone here pulling through the storm. The mystic in the reverse there, of course. And then we have Mother, Nine of Pentacles, unconditional love, but still disappointed. Still not wanting to speak about emotions. The Desert is here. I love how I do a reading in one. I did the spiritual reading, then what I was talking about there, and the energies that I took with it. Afterwards, like, interesting. Shows up in the next one, and it's the same thing happening here. But, alright. As I said, I'm just gonna lay out these because that's what I'm in the mood for. Show me this one. Show me a spiritual lesson. We have success. Interesting. We had failure and another one. Success and discipline. Success. I know that there's no greater goal than to love. Wahoo! The greatest thing you will ever learn is just to love and be loved in return. You know that song? It's becoming more and more truthful to me the more that I age. The greatest thing you will ever learn is just to love and be loved in return. Surely. A new start is coming. It's a new moon and a personal issue reaches resolution. And there we have. And by that I mean the greatest thing to love and be loved. It doesn't have to be romantic love. It's just also that of to love. What I mean by that is the connection to other people. The joy of loving your family, the joy of all family, right? Those who you do find capable of loving, and your friends and just your pets, children, whatever, parents. I mean, there's something beautiful in the love that exists between child and parent. Something happens when you become orphaned. Even if it's natural, right? If it's age or something, but it's still, if you have a strong relationship there, you lose that love. Anyway, let's see what we have here. The orphaned energy is nothing to make fun of, because that's where you have the unconditional love. Interesting, it shows up with the Page of Cups there, right? But it's the first, initially, ideally, right? It's the first experience we have with unconditional love is that from the parent. If they're good parents, right? Remember, unconditional love is also that of setting up limits, parameters, and saying, yes, you can do this, but no, you can't do that. Anyway, show me one more here for this. We have man holding a heart. A new start is coming, and man is holding the heart. We have envy on the bottom of the deck. Oh, dear Lord. I'm gonna show you more. And what do we have here? We have milk and honey, probably going on a little bit of a date and exchanging gifts. All right, let me just quickly get what we have underneath the deck, because I find that very interesting. We have Venom, King of Swords, Envy in the reverse, King of Swords in the reverse, Exchange, gifts in the reverse, Discipline, and personal issue reaches resolution. This I get here when I then look at the past. There's a storm brewing. What is the storm? This is something very uncomfortable. It's the lightning. It's the truth coming down here. It's understanding that something here is something that you probably should be holding back from. For those of you that escape something you shouldn't be in, or escape, yeah, it could be. Because I do see a negative energy of someone very cold and cynical, judgmental, cold and heartless. I don't like seeing the King of Swords in the reverse in a love reading. I just don't. And not really shows up here with the Venom, but it shows up as having healed from this, having healed from some sort of a hate, having hate probably, yeah, but having healed for envy, broken heart. Yeah, because with the envy here, there's something about comparison and wanting to go to social status, and exchanging gifts in the reverse. It's just someone here not wanting to open up and give the energies. Of course, when I look at what we have coming up, it could still be relevant, but there is someone here about, it's the ghosting situation, it's this strategic idiot, because the king is a strategizer. I don't like the energy, because, yeah, I just don't. Someone very disciplinary, very cold, but this situation shows up as something, although there are definitely emotions tied up to it, in negative emotions, negative experience coming to resolution. Now let's dive into it again. Man holding a heart, that's different, right? But especially because this is in the bloody upright. So, and I have shuffled reversal. Okay, so he shows up as okay. I can say okay, based on this card, it's okay, he's okay. But we have success. I understand that the greatest goal is no greater goal than to love. Milk and honey, we gotta look into that, a new start. So I guess that's what coming up of the oracle, right? But let's just quickly look into this. Yeah, that's pulling back from something here. What you have as your strength is your self-reliant energy. To understand your own worth. And also here we have the mother energy, being very caring and nurturing. And also nurturing of yourself, of your own self-worth. Of making sure that you have a strong financial stability within yourself. Is that important? Yes, because that can mean that you're not chasing. Can have your own career of your own, can have your own path, your own successes, your own failures. It's standing in your own self-worth. It's interesting. I was just writing that on a post on YouTube there. Right? It's about standing in your own worth. What shows up that energy as your strength, standing in your own worth. But it's having experience, right? It's the pre-empress here, having experience. Some of you could be single mothers, fathers, whatever. So whatever, but that's a huge thing, right? But it's just a lot of nurturing there. That's your strength. Now here's the thing. Again, when I look at you with the box, see you being happy here, but do you want to explore something here? Do you want to break the box? Do you want to think up? Do you want to expand? That's the question here. Do you want to expand, or things becoming too dry? It wouldn't surprise me, considering as a love reading, it's like love is becoming more work than it is becoming fun and enjoyment. But you still show up as happy, but there's something here you may not be seeing. Right, within yourself probably, because we have the Hermit here in the reverse, and we have it with the Mystic in the reverse. Are you asking the right questions? I do see you being ready here to come out of Hermit mode. You're coming out of probably a period of time here where you've been holding back, avoiding the storm. But let's quickly look into this Mystic in the reverse. Let me get my book. First, let's look into the Temple in the reverse, right? I want to look into the Temple. That's a place. It's holding on to a particular place of yours where you find probably peace and calm, but it could be within family. I cult and strict spirituality. When we think of the Temple, we often think, it's under a lot of cards, but when we think of the Temple, we often envision an architectural structure in a far-off land. We are quick to distance ourselves from the sacred, assuming we must expend such much effort in order to arrive there. Yet the Temple is a universal and omnipresent energy, accessible in the highest and lowest and richest and poorest places. It's true. You don't have to be able to pay $1,000 to some sort of a religious cult in order to find spirituality. There's no money in that. There's a difference between spirituality, religion, belief systems, and then organized, right? There's a difference between the belief you have and then the church you go to. But then again, the church is it's an organized place where people come and go. It's different. And then there's the organization, right? Let's not go there. But it's this, yeah. Many ways, like, if you had to take that into the family. And there's the house that you grew up in, or the house, the family house. And then there's the familiar energy, something being familiar. And then there's, the family, right? And the patriarch or matriarch or whatever. Anyway, forget it. It's just a way of saying here that someone here is holding on to some sort of strict belief. That's what we have of the situation. What do you spend your time worshipping? Your phone, money, material goods? What barriers do you draw between yourself and the sacred? Perhaps is there room on your altar for something new, surprising? Is there... Offer it to the heavens. Is there something you want to give up? Is there probably something here that's not being given up to make room for love to flow? Right? And it could be my career, or it could be whatever. be it you or someone you're dealing with, it just shows up as very earthy. He's just really holding on to oneself, not wanting to open up. And for some, it's actually that of, can I really say it, growing up, having to let go of the family. Understanding that, I don't get it as being a negative energy here, but it's something about letting go of the family, but not letting go of the family. When you grow up and we become adults, we don't just abandon our family, but we show up as different, right? I don't show up in my family at the age that I am as I did when I was 4 years old. I was different. I had different needs back then. When we grow up, we become independent, we kind of tie up, and it's when we get our own families, we also have different family relationships. Relationships within the family change. But then again, I'm not gonna go into that. My friend told me to watch something called dating in India matchmaking. I saw a quick glimpse of it, like on Netflix. Have it on my list to watch, and I was like, what? And I was like, oh shit, who are these people? They cannot be a representation of. It was just very quick, but it was probably also the worst of the worst. Like, I mean, there's like, I have got to watch that to understand those dynamics, or a little bit of it, because it was like, what? It was new to me. But there was definitely something about family being very important, more than what I'm used to. So maybe that's why I'm sometimes pick up a lot on family dynamics, where I'm sitting like, what? Makes no sense, but then okay. Maybe reading for people where it does make sense, and that's not for me to judge. Let's see here. Let's see the quickly see here the mystic. I want to see the mystic in the reverse. The mystic expects results and seeks attention and recognition. Right, that's also here in the other cards. But when we have a mystic that shows up in upright, right, it's someone who's often misunderstood in our culture and depicted as a light-hearted daydreamer. But a true mystic knows that they have this critical role to do, in that they have to break the boxes, which is where we have you here, right? Not wanting to break it, wanting to shine light into it and expanding it, but sometimes we find ourselves in a position where there are expectations on us, and we believe that that's where we're supposed to be, but it feels dry. That's what I get from this energy here. This is like someone here is becoming more old than they really are. It's like I'm reading for a 24-year-old here who's taking on the responsibility of a 50-year-old father, right? It's like you're a 24-year-old man. But that's just for some. But it's that energy of being older. Of course, could be a Capricorn. We are born ancient and then we become younger. True Benjamin Buttons there. Anyway, Shiva swallows the poison of the world and holds it in his throat, slowly transmuting the liquids into nectar. That's basically taking hate and turning it into love, okay? Meaning that taking the dark poison, venom, poison, right? Negative emotions and turning it into love. Some people can do that. I am always going to stay a little bit, What matters is we just turn it into something positive, action, whatever. This is the work of the mystic. They do not fear darkness, but rather they sit in it, in the presence of it, harness the potential and latent energy behind it, and embed it with light. Yeah, you have that potential. You don't really see you working on it. It's here. It's here. I'm not saying you neglecting it or anything. For some of you, it's that you're bored. Okay, it's bored, and there also comes a point when it just becomes more and more boring to just sit there and go, Hare Krishna, right? Something has got to happen. But when I look here, let's go back to this seeking attention, because it is here. There is someone here who's expecting results to happen. That's a challenge here. Someone here is expecting results to happen, and they're not reaching out. How the hell is things? I don't know if it's gonna happen. expecting some sort of a marriage here to happen, but not really reaching out. I don't know, you know, it's just for some, right? Let's see here. Your hope here is getting a brand new beginning. You have a little bit of everything here for yourself. You show up as being very self-reliant. It's okay. But with the desert here, it's almost like some of you may have a new opportunity in your career, and that's fine. I mean, I applaud that, absolutely. Or that's where you're hoping to go, but it seems a little dry. It's like this, there we have the desert. Where's the water here? I'm gonna pull out an energy on top of it. It's 25 minutes, are you insane? And what we have coming up is unconditional love, but it's not being spoken, it's just being disappointed here. Someone here will not feel comfortable in opening up with their emotions. What we have here, you underneath, you have as your strength, I don't know if you have, there's a kid here, a single mother energy. I don't know who that single mother is, be it you or someone else, but this single mother is going to be very much of a strength. I need to do some clarification on this. Shit, your energy is so weird. Sorry. Probably will make sense when I lay it out. It's just because there's not a lot of things going on here. Okay, there's not a lot of things. What shows up here is a dream of love, but not giving into it. And there's a dream of there being equal give and take, and there's not. But someone here is going to want to believe in it, and they're going to give into that. They have unconditional love, and they're going to give into that. And what will be their strength is that they're able to be self-reliant. So they can go by on their own. They don't need anyone. And then they have unconditional love to a situation where there's not really that equal give and take. Why? Because the water is missing here. It's like, but the unconditional love is here, yes, but it doesn't necessarily mean that it has to be reciprocal love. It can be friendship. What we have in your environment is the magician. Is someone here who's very smart, very, yeah, they want to go somewhere, but they're not quite ready. They're not quite there yet. They don't really see the potential, but they want to manifest, but they can't really see the potential. So if you could be dealing with someone here who's an idiot, yeah, could be an idiot here, but they are struggling. Let's lay out the energy that may be on top of you. I mean, it could be someone new, right? No, you know what? Let me quickly read the milk and honey. I want to read the milk and honey to see if I get anything from that. 51. I know I talk a lot during this reading. I know. It's just how it is. I'm a chit-chatter. Milk and honey, the taste of prosperity, opportunities born of authenticity, nurturing abundance, trusting your needs will be met. You have entered a sweet time of your life, a land of milk and honey. Let's get to the love message. Sensuality, connection, and passionate romance between lovers. Sweet moments of understanding and love among friends and family are here for you to savor right now. Your heart's calling will be answered. Let your heart, can't speak now, let your thoughts and feelings be... This happens sometimes where it's like something has to go so fast that I can't really keep up because something's hitting me here. Let your thoughts and feelings be sweet with gratitude, and you will be nourished with the honey of abundance. Why is someone kicking me in the heart? I don't know. It shows up as a new energy, right? It's a new start coming. It's the oracle message saying here, a new start coming, but I am skeptical. I wouldn't need to, so not skeptical like that. It's just when I look at the outcome, we need to lay out these here to see what the hell this is, because divine timing. It's just I see breadcrumbing situations, and I see someone here being sweetheartly devoted in a very, very, very innocent way. They're very young. I mean, if you're 19 and all that, I would say this is one of the first love situation we have to go through. You could be older than that. It's just impressing. All right, let's see here. 8 of Wands, 6 of Pentacles. They have you are coming. They have the 6 of Pentacles. All right, so they are the one who's not giving in. Okay. Why are you dealing with an idiot? And then we have here a 9 of Wands in the reverse. When I say idiot, it just means we are all idiots. I'm also an idiot. 8 of Wands, crossed by Six of Pentacles. This is a passion, something very quick happening here, right? What still does not an equal give and take. Someone here, I don't know if this is you or them, someone here is just not making this a priority, and that becomes a challenge. But guess what? If this is your person here who's coming, see, that's the thing, your person may come at you very, very quick. They could be breadcrumbing. I'm not doing a joke. You could be dealing with a breadcrumber. Both of you might not be very comfortable to deal with the conflicts as well, right? So why the hell? And they have the strength here, strong Leo energy, by the way. Are you mad? Right. This is, what is up with this? Are you dealing with a player? Okay. Focus. Stay calm. In the recent past for your person here, they have the Eight of Swords. You have the strength. They they were trying to come out of their head. It was difficult for them. There was this storm. You were pulling back. Now they are pulling back. What the hell is going on? You were pulling back in the past here, right? There's a strong indication. They were also trying to get out of the head of this situation. There's a very traditional energy, something about having to live up to the expectations being placed upon them, you, whatever, from your outer environment. So it could be living up to those family expectations. Now they are then also pulling back right now. Oh, but they are, they have the apocalypse. Something here is coming out. What's coming out there? It's about the mask that they've been carrying, and they are tired. I don't know if it could be a completely different situation. I mean, this could be a new thing coming together, or new energies coming together. But I definitely see your person here. They are finding the strength to go through something that's coming out. Both of you are in this situation here where it's like you're not really asking the right questions. That's all I gotta say. Not really asking the right questions. Really working within yourself. Focus on within yourself. But are you really doing it? They may sometimes feel as though they're put up into a position where they can't really, they don't have their hands free, but it really depends on how they decide to look at the situation themselves. Right, that's what's going on. And I gotta be honest with you, they are definitely in a situation where there are things placed upon them they don't have any control over. What they have a control over is how they decide to look at it. And what you have a control over here is how you decide to not run away from the situation and to not just run away. They have control of the situation of how they decide to blame things, and you have control of how you decide not to run away from things. That's what we have there. You're not fully happy. They are showing up as pulling back. Something is coming out for them. And you have wanting to break free of the box. So it's probably, if this is a communication here, then you want some new sort of beginning here, something very solid, because it feels dry. But they are afraid of the conflict. They are absolutely afraid of the conflict. They don't want to engage with a conflict where they can't feel as though they can't lose, and where there may be other people who also have an opinion about it, right? No one likes there to be a crowd in this, but they are still not giving in. They are... Or was it success? Didn't we get success for you? We got failure in the spiritual reading here. Yeah. Oh, dear Lord. For some of you, they may feel as though they're not good enough for you. Because you have the Nine of Pentacles and they have the Eight of Pentacles in the reverse. And the Mask. They're probably not telling you this. They're probably not telling you that especially if you are a single parent here, or you're someone who's very, you build yourself up, they may not feel at your level. They don't have the skills that you have. They don't want to be outsmarted. Nah, what is it that they don't want? They don't want to be drained, right? But they also don't want to lose their access to booty calls or whatever. Anyway, oh my god, what a childish energy we have showing up in the future energy. 666, right? So we have two adults going to become children. That's all I can say. Page of Cups in the reverse, Six of Cups in the reverse, agape. Unconditional love, two adult people acting like children. I'm sorry. That's what I see. It's going to be very difficult to get this energy here to flow, even though it's here, right? Let me read the agape for you, because there's a struggle here in talking about emotions openly. Things all have to be all this practical, blah, blah, blah. But yeah, two adults acting like children. I'm sorry. So what do we have here? Agape. Where do we have you? Agape. Service, reverence, joy. Yeah. What if instead of putting yourself at the center of your spiritual practice, you put whatever, God, nature, goddess, whatever? How would this, rather than you put someone else beside yourself in the center? That's it. Rather than having your emotions being the most important, how about you consider the emotions of someone else? Goes in both directions, right? So my emotions, yes, but how's the entire situation affecting you? It's the question I get here. Like two people coming together. How did my action affect you, and how did your action affect me? And both people talk about that. Anyway, so that's what. What if instead of putting yourself at the center of your spiritual practice, you put someone else, but without it becoming too obsessive here, right? And without being righteousness. It's just what happens when it's righteousness. But I see that not being here. It shows up as in the upright, right? How would this change your approach? Such is the energy of agape. It is alive when we are in awe and wonder, and our breath are taken away by the sacred force that surrounds us and asks for nothing in return. This card can indicate a spiritual initiation that stretches your capacity to love and serve. You sense the earthly as the heavenly and vice versa. Such an initiatory moment can appear in any form and in like a healing balm to the modern soul that effects that last a lifetime. Oh, you dear friend here is going to have a wake-up call. Anyway, yep. It's basically, how are you elevating? Where is it going? This is the very spiritual energy, right? How to go deeper. Children choirs from around the world. It's going to be a cold day in hell before I listen to children's choirs. Sorry. I like rock and roll. Agape can be felt as an overwhelming love of family, partner, community, and recognized by a deep swell of gratitude. The Greek word agape informs the English word agape. Okay. Agape. Anyway, to have the mouth agape. Oh, like that. To have the mouth agape is to be awestruck by something of breathtaking delight. We are made humble once again. It's just the Greek word agape informs the English word agape. It's like, no shit, Sherlock. But okay, yeah. Culturally, it could have different meanings. Semantically or whatever. It's unconditional love. Being in awe of each other but acting like children. Now, I'm gonna say here, one person, be it you or them, whoever runs away is gonna come back. And they're gonna stay for 1 day or 2 or something like that, and then they're off again, because it's the same energy. There's not been a real proper reconciliation taking place here. But the love is still here. Right? You want a new beginning. They don't want the conflict. You're running away from conflict. They are looking at the situation and feeling they're powerless. Both of you have. I mean, for some of you, it's that you are coming out of hiding and they are feeling tied up to a situation. It's just it's not going here. What we do have is this, the person that you're dealing with here. I mean, you have the love and nurture and you're very self-reliant and all of that. They may not feel good enough. Worst case, bloody hell, they're not feeling as though they can do better. But they still don't put in the fucking work. That's the thing. What matters is that they don't put in the fucking work. You can take care of yourself. It's fine, but it creates a distance between two people. It makes the situation dry. It is two people who forget to spend time together. They forget to make each other a priority. Then they hang out 1 day every second month or something like that. It's like, oh, but that can keep it going. It's like, no, it can't. And what we have here is the breadcrumbing situation. You're going to feel the effects of that. You're still going to believe in it. You're still going to believe there's going to be something here. Don't bloody get dependent on this idiot here. If they are a breadcrumb, if you are exposed to love bombing, for those of you exposed to love bombing, get the hell away from that. Love bombing is a manipulative tactic. That's this guy here. That is this guy. That's just for if any of you ever find yourself exposed to someone who comes at you very, very quick, and then suddenly they will start retracting their energies. They compliment you for everything, so everything, they make the world seem like the most amazing thing. But then they retract their compliments, or it means that you only give the benefits that when you are focusing on them, and you kind of withdraw your focus from you, and it's all about them. That's a love bomb. That's toxic as fuck. There's someone here that's trying to get you derailed from your purpose to focus on them. So you only get the compliments when your focus is on them. Their struggles, their pain, whatever. It's never about you. I cannot stress enough that love bombing like that as a tactic is the first sign of a narcissist. Get the hell away from that, and you will notice it because it's strategic. You will notice that they come at you because energies can come quick, and they're not love bombing, but they can come quick, and then suddenly we lose time, right? It's called being in love, and you know the insanity that comes with that. But when someone here does it, it's all about you. Everything you do is amazing. They give you compliments and compliments, and then suddenly they only give you compliments slowly but surely. Compliments only come when you are doing favors for them. This is so toxic. I mean, big red flag. It's just for someone, if any of you ever were to find yourself in any situation, now you know. Because I see the maiden there, and I see the page of cups. I don't know, I just don't like it. By the way, for some of you, if someone here, that's just one very specific one. If any of you see it's like a child's father or mother doing this to a child, because you can also love bomb children, look out for that. Right, where it may not be you affected by it, but a child. In all cases, the child is being affected. If you find yourself in this and you end up being breadcrumbed, and this person, by the way, also stressing out about it, feels though they're guilty about it. But it shouldn't. But it's like they don't want something here to. What's up with that? Come out there. Oh, them and their family. Them and their family. Both the two, you're mirrors of each other, right? Oh, this Emperor in the reverse, pushing away, Lovers, Empress. I don't want to read on this connection, but you know, that kind of energy. Anyway, I do see love bombing. They're not giving you equally, right? What you can pull on is that you're very self-dependent, self-reliant, right? I wouldn't be surprised if you also get a situation here where connection is actually stalled by a family dynamic. In that case, we will have to see what shows up. This is just your strength is that you're self-reliant, to not give in to breadcrumb, to not let your self-worth be defined by someone here, only giving you little pieces and here and there. If they cannot show up for you, I mean, if it's because there's something outer here, if they have some sort of an obligation where they just simply can't, love cannot be a priority. Maybe they have a huge family crisis or something like that. Then what you have as your strength is that you're capable of taking care of yourself. But then make sure that you're not the time that nurture you give to yourself. It's not your job to then heal them either, right? Then you have to be too strong, self-reliant. Sometimes in life, when we are in partnerships, we can be there, but if something happens and it's not, especially if it's like new connections, you know, there's a boundary there. But if this is something you see as attacked, then be careful here. A new start is coming. What the hell is up with that energy? Oh, Knight of Wands there. Oh, you're not gonna believe this. Oh, by the way, if you are by any means disconnecting from a toxic connection, and someone very fiery going to approach you, single energy, it's going out on an adventure here. You're not gonna be very receptive to it. And it could, by the way, also be this person here coming to you with some sort of an invitation, wanting to have a new beginning. You're not going to be receptive to it. But if this, by the way, is someone new, you're not going to be receptive if you're being breadcrumbed by someone else. You still have your energies tied up there. You see how complicated this energy is. Someone here is drained out. They're going to be drained out by this. I don't like it. I don't like it. Queen of Wands in the reverse. Oh, shit, I see fighting here. I see fighting taking place. The thinking woman She's come out of her anxiety, but you're still gonna be affected by this, okay? Yeah, look out for any kind of breadcrumb. And look, yeah, just... Okay, that was what I got for you. I hope you got anything from it. I feel as though it's because the thing is, this reading starts very strong, but it's the future energies I'm concerned about. So this is a predictive reading. And this can play out over 3 months, by the way. 3 or 4 months, this is how this can play out. So be mindful. That's why I was a little bit, if you ever see yourself exposed to that energy of breadcrumb, be mindful of it. So you can identify that this is for you to walk away from. But also keep an open mind to how a person is communicating. But don't just, you have as your strength here to look out for yourself. You have a very strong creative energy, very sweetheart energy. You have built yourself up. You are very self-reliant. That is your strength. So if anyone were to talk into trying to make you feel as though you're less or whatever, they can go fuck themselves. So that is what I have for you, okay? I will see you next time. Take care.